Jump to the rhythm and step to the music. Filmed this video 5 billion times. At this point, if I don't look good, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm in my car, we're at the lake.
Fuck it up.
Who cares? Oh. In this moment in time, I'm here to serve information, not cunt. In my opinion, right now, we are in an age of hyper-consumerism and overconsumption. Marketing and advertising has led us into a, cycle of extreme spending into these core niches and these aesthetics that they can somehow profit off of. That has led us to, one, not knowing our actual style, and two, spending a whole bunch of money on a bunch of things that we just kind of store in our closet. I really want to get us back to a place where we understand what our style is. I want to talk to you guys about getting back to that core focus of like, what's your style? What's your personal style? Who are you and what do you want to like show with your clothing? And yeah, we're gonna talk about that today. Disclaimer, I'm not a fashion student. I'm a marketing student, which is actually super fucking ironic. I'm a marketing student, therefore I know these tactics. Aesthetics and core niches, these are just different versions of style guides which have existed for a very long time, which have grouped women into different categories of blah 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 for the main purpose of getting you to buy things. That is not me saying that aesthetics are necessarily bad. I don't think all aesthetics are bad. I don't think all aesthetics are good. Like, some aesthetics serve and some aesthetics serve jail time. Aesthetics are kind of like social media, where it's like social media, it's all about how you use these platforms. What's on your feed? What are you posting out? Like, you can use this as a way to hurt other people, group yourself into like a superior personality type that other people can never achieve, or you can just use it to help you, guide you into the aesthetic or the style that you want to have in the future. This is my theory, the Pam theory. Literally, my camera just died, which is so fucking fabulous. I love that. Serve. You need to understand your body types. Once you understand your body and your proportions, you can move on to asking yourself a ton of questions about your preferences. And then once you figure out all of that, you can then choose what aesthetic you want to live in, you know, going off of all of the questions that you asked yourself about, like, what's your body type and like what preferences do you have. Then you can pick an aesthetic that fits you better. Over time of you living in that aesthetic and buying clothing in that aesthetic, you are going to curate a closet that's full of clothing items that you already think is cute and fits you because you chose within your aesthetic, but will also fit your personal preferences, and it will fit you because you picked aesthetic pieces that fit with your body type. That's kind of the thesis, right? Like, that's kind of like what I feel like aesthetics should be used for. If that sounds like good to you, if you're new here, hi, I'm Pamela. Welcome back to the day of my life that I'm filming just for you. Okay, let's get started.
I've just experienced such a like strange glow down. I need like more money to like glow up, please.
Okay, so like I was saying, it's really important, right, for you to get in touch with your body and for you to figure out what you look like in terms of like proportions and what you want to look like. That means going in front of a mirror and looking at yourself and figuring out like, okay, my boobs are really big, or okay, my arms are big, or I have a really small nose, I have a really small this. It's like figuring out what your body looks like in your proportions. There's tons of videos on the internet that kind of like do this in a way where they like break you into different body types, apple, pear, blah, blah, blah. If you want to go that route, I fall into that route. I do that all the fucking time. I love, those are like my guilty pleasure videos. I love it. You don't necessarily need to do that. You really just need to look in the mirror and just observe what you look like so that you understand what your body looks like. And I know that that is easier said than done. Believe me, I've been going through it recently where it's like, I just look at myself and I'm like, I look so fucking ugly. Like, I just look so fucking, I don't even want to look at myself. It ruined my whole day yesterday. I filmed a video and I looked so bad in it, and I was so high spirits in that video. I felt so good filming it, but then when I was editing it, I was like, oh, I look like shit. I look like crap. I can't post this. And so like what I'm saying is everybody feels like that, but the problem is that in that moment, I let it stop me from editing. I let negativity about my own body stop me from doing something that I really like and care about and posting something that I felt like could be really helpful and fun for people to watch. And that's the problem I think a lot of people have, is that they let their body like issues stop them from doing things like learning how to style themselves. And they, you know, maybe they have actual like body dysmorphia and stuff. That's a whole other thing. You can't allow your own negativity about the way that you look right now stop you from doing something to improve the way that you look right now. Anyway, the point is to understand your body type and understand what you look like proportionally, okay? And then I'm sure you're wondering, like, why is that important? Why is understanding your body important? Fashion styling, I think, in my opinion, is very similar to makeup, right? So makeup is used to kind of show your personal aesthetic and show who you are on the inside and your mood and all that crap. At the same time, makeup is very much something that can be used to change the bone structure of your face. You can, you know, start like this and end up looking like a totally different person with makeup. You can use regular makeup products to shade, highlight, contour different areas of your face to give you a different bone structure and a different facial shape. In my opinion, I think fashion styling is very similar. Fashion styling can be used to express your personal aesthetic and your personal kind of mood, but it also can be used to literally shape the way that you physically look. Okay, you can change yourself from like a straight board like myself into a cute little Coke bottle if that's what you want. But the point is, you need to understand what your body type is and what you look like so that you can then go to the next step, which is figuring out what your preferences are and what you want to actually achieve with fashion styling in terms of the structure of your body. The second thing, ask yourself a bunch of questions, like a little interview for yourself. This is so fun. I love this part because I love talking. I'm a girl and I'm vapid. I'm just kidding. That's so toxic. Basically, what you want to do is ask yourself a ton of questions. What do you want to achieve with your body? Do you want to go from straight to a Coke bottle? Do you want to go from a Coke bottle to like a straight girl? Do you want to have bigger boobs? Do you want to have smaller chests? Do you want to what do you want to minimize and what do you want to maximize? You need to ask yourself a series of questions of that nature. And that comes with you looking in a mirror and looking at yourself and figuring out what your proportions are and stuff. What exactly do you want to showcase with your personal style? Do you want a personal style? Do you want other people to be able to perceive your mood through your clothing? Do you want other people to perceive what your favorite TV show or movie is? Do you care what other people think? Or is this about you? Do you want to wake up and know, hey, I'm dressing up as this certain person from a TV show. No one's going to know, but I'm going to know, and that's going to make me happy. You need to really dial in on those specific questions and ask yourself those things, because that's what's really going to help you to figure out what aesthetic and what style you want to eventually be in, right? And then there are girlies, which I know there are some of you. I had a friend too who was like this, where she just didn't care. She just wanted to look good. She didn't care what the aesthetic was. She doesn't want to express her personal style. She doesn't care about her fucking mood. She just needs to go to work, go to school, and look hot. That's it. She just wants to look good. She will follow a cookie cutter routine. If that is the case with you, don't ever let a creative person make you feel like you need to be creative and expressive if you don't fucking want to be, okay? I'm a creative, right? So I occasionally want other people to perceive how I feel through my clothing. I want to spend a lot of time in my clothing. Not all the fucking time. If you're not like that, that's fine. I'll help you pick an aesthetic. Buy clothing in that aesthetic that matches your body type and stick with it. Don't feel bad about that at all. The last thing that you essentially need to do is just choose an aesthetic or pick a style guide. There's so many ways to do this, and we will be going through so many. I have found so many crazy things over the internet the past couple of days of choose your style based on your zodiac sign and all this crap. It really don't matter. Just research aesthetics, research different styles, and find something that fits your body type and your personal preferences, right? So me, I'm an aesthetic hopper. I'll be honest. I love jumping from aesthetic to aesthetic to aesthetic. It's not good on your wallet. So if you pick an aesthetic, I would suggest sticking with it for a while if you can. If you can't, do you. But if you want to be easier on your wallet it would be a good idea for you to pick an aesthetic and stick with it for a couple of months before switching on. Don't hop onto these like micro trend things unless you're thrifting the items or you have them already in your like wardrobe. Then you can kind of do that, but don't go like spending $300 on a new micro trend, please. I'm like a nature girl. This is sick. I'm literally out in nature. I'm like a nature baddie now. There's so many resources right now on YouTube of people that just like dive into aesthetics and get into it, and I want to be one as well, but I want to like specifically curate styling things, like actual clothing pieces that you can purchase or you can thrift, that you can add into your wardrobe. And so definitely leave suggestions for aesthetics that you want me to do a deep dive on, and like curate some clothing for you to help you get an idea of what you want to like thrift for or purchase, or like see what you have in your wardrobe already. Kind of want to do with like my aesthetic videos, right? Of like my style guide to aesthetics is really lay out a bunch of different options for you that work in this particular aesthetic. And I want to give you the flexibility to decide which items are going to work best for you, so that not only can you go and buy them online, you can go and thrift them, you can go in person and buy them at stores. You recognize what pieces are going to look best for you, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say we're doing the gothic aesthetic and I show you a black crop top, a black hoodie, and a black tank top, and all of these fit into the gothic style, and I'm like, you can buy this or this, right? Except the crop top is $35, the hoodie is $75, and the tank top is like $20. I don't know if you're rich. If you are, like, send me some money, bitch. But I don't have all of that money, so I can maybe get one out of those things, right? And so I want to give the power back to you so that you have the ability to decide. I don't actually have to get all those things. I can narrow it down because I've done the research on myself. I know what my body type is, and I know what my preferences are. I know how to take those 3 things that Pam has given me and narrow it down to the one item that I want to purchase that's going to look good on me. And I also know if I find this certain thing out in the real world, that it's probably going to look good on me. So like for me, my body type, I understand it a little bit, not perfect. That's another thing. You don't have to like be an expert. I know a little bit about myself. You can learn as you go. Just know that you're going to probably spend money. The less you research about yourself, the more money you're probably going to spend until you actually do understand what you look like. For me in particular, right? So like I already know that I really don't like when my arms show. I have really big arms, right? Some plus size. I hate that I just did that. I'm so sorry. So that automatically takes out the tank top for me. I know, okay, one of my preferences is that I want to like minimize this area. So I'm not going to buy something that's going to maximize it, am I? So tank top is gone. I know that I look great in crop tops, and I'm looking at this crop top and I can see that it stops right where I like it to stop on my tummy, because I've looked at my body and I understand where I like things to end and begin. What about the hoodie? And then I can say, okay, well, I know that I've observed my body, and I know that I have huge tatas, and I know that hoodies overemphasize boobs sometimes, and it will make me look very stocky and heavy if I get that. And so I'm taking that off the list, which leaves me with the crop top. That's kind of where I want to leave you guys. I want to get you to that place where I can give you a list of things, and you know enough about yourself and your preferences and whatever aesthetic that you decided to like adhere to. You know enough that you can pick from that aesthetic. Pam, show me a style guide on this aesthetic. I show you a bunch of clothing options for this aesthetic, and you know enough about yourself and your body to say, okay, that is gonna look good on me, or like, I think that's gonna look good on me, and oh, I really don't like when this shows, so I'm not gonna buy that one. That way you're like picking things that actually you think are gonna look good on you and are actually gonna make you feel good. Over time of you doing this, of like buying clothing with the idea of your body and what you're trying to achieve with clothing in your mindset as you're buying clothing, eventually you're going to curate a closet of items that not only fit your aesthetic and fit your personal preferences, whatever those may be, but also literally fit you well. You're going to have clothing that fits you well and looks good on you. You'll probably grow out of the aesthetic, and that's okay. You're not necessarily meant to be the same person for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, you can change. It's fine. Over time, you may be like, I don't care about aesthetics anymore. When you go out into the real world and you see a pair of cargo pants and you're like, ooh, I know my body. That's gonna look good on me. Try it on, it looks good on you, and you know you can buy it because you go home and you already have a closet full of things that fucking fit you and look good, and suddenly you don't need these aesthetics and these style guides to help you. You understand how to make yourself look good, and over years that it's gonna turn into a personal style. I hope that made sense. If you have any aesthetics that you want me to do, then definitely leave them down below. If you have any, like, I want to learn how to do my style from my zodiac sign, leave that down below too. I can do that as well. If you want to learn more about how to get more in touch with your body, if you want to know, like, what questions should I be asking myself, leave that down below as well. Maybe I can do like a dedicated video to that as well. But this is just like my theory on it. I'm not a professional. Please don't come for me. Actually, you know what? 2024 is the year for violence. If you want to fight me in the fucking comments. Let's go. If you're already subscribed, thank you for subscribing. I love you so much. I will see you in my next video. And if you are not subscribed, then please hit the subscribe button. I will see you in my very next video, whenever that will be. I'm just kidding. I've already filmed it. It'll be next week. I love you. Bye. Oh, it's been solid. Bye.